Starting with fucking low bar squats, I put a fucking beautiful picture of Andrei Malanichev. I think he squatted 490 kilos or 485 kilos, something like that, and it was really insanity. So he deserves that fucking picture on the corner. And let's talk low bar squats. How low bar squats rank when it comes to strength. It's probably the best variation for raw fucking strength of all squats if you are analyzing from the perspective of maximum amount of weight that you can move, okay? If you are trying to introduce the biggest fucking stimulus to your central nervous system and teach your body how to move the maximum amount of weight that you can with a fucking squat, low bar squats are the best option between all squats, because in the low bar squat, the way that the bar is placed in your back, like right up, it's instead of on top of the fucking traps like the normal squat, you will be placing the bar right here, right behind your fucking rear delt. That position, assuming that position where your body will, your starting point will be pretty much in this angle, allows your body to recruit the heavy hitters, the fucking glutes, the hamstrings, emphasizing using your posterior chain. And the posterior chain, bros, it's fucking gnarly. It's the only area of the human movement system that works in a kinetic chain, in a really pure kinetic chain from top to bottom. So every time you are emphasizing, conjuring the strength from your hamstrings, your calves, your glutes, your fucking spinal erectors, everything combined to generate the maximum amount of fucking static force, you are going to be stimulating strength like crazy. Low bar squats, when it relates to strength and moving the maximum amounts of weight that you can, it is a 5, man. It is a fucking 5. So for strength, a full score for low bar squats. If your goal is directly focusing on building strength, low bar squats are probably your best option. Now let's see how it ranks when it comes to myofibrillar hypertrophy, which is building fucking muscle fibers, working on anywhere from 4 reps up to 8 to 10, maybe 12 in some instances, but usually more in the 4 to 8 to 10 rep range. The thing about a low bar squat for specifically leg development, because you assume that position that emphasizes using your posterior chain to the maximum, taking the quads a little bit out of the equation, not completely out because it's a fucking squat. It is emphasizing leg strength, the power coming from your legs a fuck ton. But because of that position, you are starting to put too much emphasis on your fucking lower back. And depending on the quality of your technique, if you go above 3 reps, what's the biggest challenge of maintaining your technique when you go above 3 reps? It's keeping your fucking breath in to brace fully, doing the Valsalva maneuver, you know, when you expand your lungs with as much air as fucking possible, and then you trap the air inside you and you don't let it go away, keep the tension inside the core to do the heaviest fucking squat that you can. When you start going above 3 reps, above 5 reps, keeping that bracing, keeping that bracing, which is essential because the angle you are putting to emphasize the strength of your back, the strength of your glutes and hamstrings, it starts to become really dangerous for your lower back, and maintaining that position starts to get really hard. So for myofibrillar hypertrophy, I would prefer an exercise that I could be executing at a little bit of a higher rep range than 5 to 8, you know. You can be going up to 8 reps with low bar squats if your technique is solid and you really have the rhythm to catch your breath between reps and brace it all fully on the top portion of the lift. But I saw too many people get wrecked with fucking low bar squats when they start to emphasize using more repetitions than just going like, let's build strength with this shit. So for myofibrillar hypertrophy, I think it is pretty much suboptimal. So I would say if you really want to bring your legs to the next level, you need to do more than low bar squats. You need to do another variation. If your goal is fucking strength, then you are good with fucking low bar squats. It's not that low bar squats is not going to build your fucking legs, okay? It is going to build you a lot of fucking legs, because it's going to build your strength so much. You can go so heavy over time on low bar squats. that eventually is just so much sheer force going through your legs that there's no way you are not going to build fucking myofibrillar hypertrophy and really create more fucking muscle fibers in your muscles. But the thing is, you need to really go heavy to start experience great leg development with fucking low bar squats. You need to essentially specialize in powerlifting and become as strong as fucking possible. To me, that's a big knock on myofibrillar hypertrophy, because there are other variations of the squat that with way less weight, with way less time developing your fucking strength, you can introduce a way better stimulus to build muscle fibers using a similar movement. So for myofibrillar hypertrophy, a score of 2 is pretty good, because you will develop, if you really get strong, you will be developing your legs, but nothing to write home about. And the next category here is sarcoplasmic hypertrophy, which is pump work essentially. So the only thing you are going to be pumping if you are doing low bar squats for like 12 reps, 15 reps, 20 reps is your fucking lower back, okay? You are not going to be getting a nice leg pump and feeling your fucking legs fucking burning when you are doing low bar squats. The odds are you're only going to get injured. It's one thing that probably any one of you that squatted once in your fucking life and ran a program like Strong Lifts 5x5, starting strength, or any of the basic programs, maybe 531, it doesn't matter. If you did squats for long enough, especially this variation, you know, after a workout you don't feel barely anything. You are fine. You don't go for a pump with a fucking low bar squat. So when it comes to pump work, it's a fucking 1, bro. It's not good for pump work at all, unless you want to pump your fucking lower back and potentially herniate a disc or something. Now, this comes to the next category that I prepared here. It's fucking time efficiency. And here, the low bar squat shines like a fucking diamond, bro. Because you can essentially go to the gym, do low bar squats, do 5 sets of low bar squats, and be done with your workout, and that's already a fuck ton of stimulus to your fucking day. You don't need to do anything else, and that's already all the stimulus your fucking legs and your fucking central nervous system needs to generate adaptation. So it's a fucking full score for time efficiency. And the way that I'm scoring time efficiency, if you guys wanna interject on this, what I'm using as the criteria for time efficiency here is exactly this notion that I just explained. Like, can I just do this movement and be done with my workout? If yes, then that's a fucking 5. Now, the learning curve. The learning curve for the low bar squats, bros, is pretty good. It's pretty good because why do I say that? It's because I can take a motherfucker that spends all day sitting and with that poor range of motion, that shitty ass range of motion, I can put in on a low bar squat, teach him how to hold the barbell correctly and just scooch his butt back and go to parallel. He can already be executing the lift properly, you know? So essentially any couch potato in the world, and no, potatoes are awesome. Any couch rider, desk rider in the world can pick the low bar squat right from the beginning. You don't need to have insane mobility to be executing it, and right out of the gate start introducing low bar squats to your fucking workouts. So for the learning curve, I'm going to score a fucking 4 for this lift. And yeah, it's a great learning curve. A person in a matter of 2 to 3 weeks can already be doing a pretty decent low bar squat if it receives the right cues and if it's taught it correctly. So the score 17 out of 25 is an awful way of scoring stuff. Let me think. How can I do this math right here? 7 to create a scoring. Let's just put a fucking 17. 17 out of 45 is going to be the score for this. So 17 plates. The maximum score is 25. So that's it, bro. Let's move forward to the next movement. Woo! What's up, Jason? Hey, yo, we have a ton of Jasons here. Where is Freddy? Where is Freddy Cougar now? What's up, my man? How are things going on your side of the corner?